fanden det dig?
Hvad fanden tænker du på?
Sende.
Har I en kendelse?
Flyt dig, sagde jeg.
Okay, so great movie. Really, it's a tough movie, but a good movie. I really enjoyed it. And I'm curious, you're both well-respected Danish filmmakers, but you haven't worked together yet. So I'm wondering, were there projects in the past where you tried to work together but it didn't come through, or was this kind of the first time you tried? And if so, why did it take so long to team up?
No, but this is the first. There hasn't been anything
Okay.
before. No, I think it's one of those things where, it just the stars had to align in the right way. Yeah.
And we've actually met a few times, like on plane or on airports, and kind of had a nice time meeting. And I've kind of been thinking, I really want to use Nikolaj, but it has to be the right movie for it.
And you've both had success, with Danish films, English language films. Nikolaj, you've been making a lot of Hollywood films recently. I'm wondering if you prefer one over the other, and if you find it easier to make a film in Danish as opposed to in English.
No, I don't. I'm. It's all about the story and about the script, and of course then about the people, the other people involved with the project. So I really don't. It doesn't matter to me whether it's in English or in Danish. It's all about, is this exciting?
Yeah.
Does it excite me?
Were you looking to make a Danish film now, since you've done so much in Hollywood?
No. Well, no. I'd love to. I mean, my kids keep telling me. I mean, my youngest daughter says, "Well, why can't you just shoot at home?" I have shot at home before, but when this came along, it was just, if she'd been wanting to shoot this on the moon, I would have gone to the moon.
Oh,
Maybe
nice.
not. Maybe not to the moon.
That's
Okay,
very
I'm
nice.
taking that back. But
And what about you? Do you prefer one over the other, or it's just about the script?
It is for me exactly the same thing, about the story, about how exciting is it, how, does it stir my curiosity.
And speaking of story, most of your films have these tough decisions, tough moral dilemmas. They're, very intense films, very challenging films. What draws you to that type of material? Why do you keep, exploring those same themes over and over again?
Well, I mean, in the interview prior to this one, I was just like, because I actually did a romantic comedy just before I did this one. So I won't say that I'm only drawn to dark,
But the majority of your
heavy
films.
material. I'm just really drawn to exciting, thrilling storytelling. And
So do you enjoy challenging the audience?
yeah, but I guess I'm not threatened by dark material or by scary material. I think it's more that way than anything else. Not that I want to do it. It's just it doesn't threaten me. It kind of intrigues me.
And was there ever like a moment on this film where you felt you might be pushing too far, pushing the audience too far, and you had to hold back or make changes to the script, or did you kind of get to go exactly to the places you want to go with his character and with the story?
she took it further. No, but you
So
did.
did you want to hold back at any point?
No. But there were just I won't go into specifics, but I do remember a couple of times. But yeah, she said let's just try and go further down this rabbit hole.
And you said in a previous interview that this was one of the hardest and most intense shoots you've ever done in your career. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, emotionally draining.
Emotionally, okay.
I mean, because of because what this guy goes through, it's yeah.
Would you say it's more draining than some of the stuff you've done on Game of Thrones?
It's always difficult to compare, but I think because this is he's in more or less every scene of the movie, and it was an intense shoot. On Game of Thrones, you have some very intense scenes, but it's like 2-3 days, and then you get to rest. Here was.
I mean, there are very few scenes Nikolaj not is in, and we had long days of shooting. So and he's doing.
How long did it take to shoot the film?
No, I mean it's shooting Nikolaj. You just do have long days of shooting, and doing a part like that where at all times you have to be really honest with what you're doing and really present, and so of course it's draining. But I want to say that. I mean, you a good sport.
No, but what I'm saying.
No, but I mean, you don't kind of go.
Oh no, but I love it. I mean, this is. I'm saying draining, but it's also one of the most exciting
Rewarding,
things I've ever done, and creatively inspiring. And this is what I want to do. This is
This is why you became an actor.
Exactly. So when I'm saying it's just emotion draining, that's because it was, but that's great. It was like I felt good in the evening. And tired.
I noticed you chose to use a lot of close-ups in the film. There were so many that I'm assuming that was a conscious choice. can you talk a bit about why you?
Every second of that movie is a conscious choice. What
Yeah,
you're saying.
of course. But yeah, there were a lot of close-ups. That's something that I just noticed. Can you speak about why you chose to do that?
I love that. There's something about a very close-up, which kind of is a combination of you're obviously very close to a person, but at some point the face become almost like a landscape. There's also something slightly alienating about the effect, and it does something to the moment where you are then within the person's mind and not so much within the person's physique.
So it kind of lets you into them when you
Yeah.
bring them close.
Yeah.
And with your character, he's a good man, but he kind of crosses over these moral lines over and over again. So what did you guys have to do to kind of keep the audiences sympathetic with him and keep them rooting for him right till the end, even though he kept crossing these lines and kept making these judgments that a lot of people wouldn't be okay with?
I mean, the thing is, firstly, I mean, that's partly the casting, is that Nikolaj has something incredibly, apart from being a great actor, there's something totally sincere about him. And you know, even privately, I haven't really heard you bullshit. And that kind of sincerity, I thought was perfect for the character, because it is a character who does cross huge borderline moral
And some of these things could really like repulse audiences.
And so the sincerity combined with a certain rational, a certain kind of survival instinct, which Nikolaj also has, and which is like a very kind of male survival ability, I just thought was fascinating and really right for the character.
There's also that thing where you know, credit to the script and to what they did. You set up the other couple in the movie in a way that is so extreme.
So basically, I think the most thrilling aspect about the film, and even I as a director, when I watch it, I have that thing that you can't, you keep rooting for him, even knowing that he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing, but you do feel he's right. And I think that as an audience is a kind of really intriguing thing, because you find your own moral values actually questioned and tried. And it seems as if from the reception we got last night that the audience in general seem to have the same experience.
Om de tar dem, så tar jeg livet av meg! Hvad er det, du for et menneske, mand?
I have to ask about Game of Thrones. We've heard that your character arc is going to be different than what we saw in the books. So what can we expect from Jamie in season 5, and how different is it going to be from his arc in the books? Can you tell us?
Well, he's always had this deep-rooted desire to change career. He's gonna go into musical, and he's gonna do. I shouldn't be telling you this, but it's gonna be a lot of songs.
He's going to bust out the guitar, the drums.
That's the guitar. Yeah. I wish I could do a song now, but that would be wrong. Yeah. But that's what's gonna happen.